at that 78% if they've had 32 penalty kills. But right now they're Baltimore is 79% and Syracuse is 78% on the penalty kill.
Back for Pools, who swings it wide. Merritt, their leading scorer. Gives it back. Now long kick ahead, and it's in the hands of Brian O'Quinn. So L.J. Papaleo will start the fourth quarter in the penalty box for 1 minute and 22 seconds. Syracuse will enter that final frame up 14-2. 1 quarter to go here for the Silver Knights, and roar more major indoor soccer when we come back. Back inside the War Memorial Arena for the Syracuse Silver Knights and the Pennsylvania Roar, the final frame of action between these two sides. The second to last game of the season for the Silver Knights as they play the Roar and then finish it up against the throughway rivals, the Rochester Lancers, next weekend.
And you got 3 games all at the same time on March 2nd. And it's the Lancers and the Silver Knights and Baltimore Blast and the Pennsylvania Roar, and then that other game that's really going to be the deciding factor. As long as the Silver Knights come through and they beat out the Lancers at home, that one game that's going to be the deciding factor on where everyone ends up in first, second, third, or fourth is that Missouri-Milwaukee game that starts at the same time, all at 4 o'clock next Sunday.
We know who will be in the playoffs. We just don't know the seeding. Could be Baltimore, Milwaukee at the top 2 spots, and then Missouri, Syracuse battling for 3 and 4. Right now, the Knights starting off the fourth quarter. They're trying to adjust the scoreboard. It is the fourth quarter. Syracuse leading 14-2 after a third frame that featured 2 Antonio Manfoot goals. Right now, the Knights are on the penalty kill after L.J. Papaleo took out Scott Crote. He's in the box for 1 minute and 22 seconds left in that kill. Syracuse will counter. with the kill team of Toby, Big Bo, Vitali, and Millwood, who will jump right off as Antonio Manfoot jumps on to head that diamond defense. Oh, pass almost intercepted by Toby. Merritt goes across the field for Williams. It's at the point for Pools. Swings it wide to Corey. Trying to go the opposite way. And now with 40 seconds left in the penalty kill, Syracuse still defending. 30 seconds left. Williams has it. Near side for Teixeira, going all the way back on a poor pass to Pools. 20 seconds left. The head coach trying to go across the field, a lazy pass. Antonio Manfoot on a hat trick, can't finish it off. Riding a hat trick, the 19-year-old, and going for the third shorthanded goal for Syracuse. He couldn't come off, but LJ Papaleo will pop on, and the penalty is killed.
And he took in consideration too much of what Williams was doing versus just focusing on what he had to do. And just, you got to be aware where Williams is coming from. Maybe put that ball on your left peg. He did the right thing. He tried to tuck it in that far post. That far side netting, just didn't put it out there far enough. Williams does a good job of coming back and really saving that. And that's a great tackle by Merritt right there.
Corey Merritt getting a piece of the ball, and now Chris Williams' shot is blocked off the line, goes out of bounds. LJ Papaleo thought he was going to have an opportunity in, but it was a nice challenge by Corey Merritt. Kick it out.
Great challenge by Corey Merritt right there. Now a lead to a dead ball situation to defend for the Knights. 12:46 to go in the fourth quarter, up by 12. Timeout for Pennsylvania. And with 12:46 left in the fourth quarter, we'll take one too. Knights up by 12. More major indoor soccer league action when we come back.
When it comes to wine, what really matters? Where you come from matters. Hand-picked matters. The right angle matters. High altitude matters. The Cabot Collection, when quality matters.
Phone damage? Don't be without your phone. Come to Cell Phones for Less for same-day repair. We fix cell phones, iPads, and iPods. We have the largest selection of new and used phones in upstate New York. Cell Phones for Less in Eastwood and our new location in Destiny, USA.
But in that timeout, looked like Bruckner was leading the charge on the organization of it.
I mean, Poles he just sat in the corner of the box, and then finally he said something, but it was really Teixeira who was really running the discussion there. And it's like they're designing their set pieces as the game's going on. And yeah, usually you see what the defensive stance, when you call that timeout, you see what the defensive stance looks like, and then you design your...
Right there, Slob. It's easy right now for Syracuse. Up 16-2 with 12:20 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just too easy, and it's a good assist, good goal. Slavisa gets on the board, gets himself a goal, but just too easy, and it's a nice goal, but the defense is just lackadaisical in that situation. I mean, give it to him. You could see they're just not looking. Slavisa's making a run right here, and no one's following him, and it's just too easy.
Epitomized by that timeout where Eric Pools was off to the side. Teixeira's leading this set piece opportunity.
It's like they haven't practiced set pieces. They train every single day, and set pieces are we're running number one, and it's gonna go. Who's it gonna go to? You saw their defensive stance, and you step on the. Sometimes there's discussion, sometimes there's not.
On and a wide open goal to shoot at. Thomas couldn't bury it. Now the Knights are up 16-2 in the fourth quarter with 11:30 to go. It's held up for Thomas. Chantel and Elenio bearing down on him. Chantel digs it out. Give it up, and now Neto goes on the far side to Bordeaux. He'll slow it down. Earlier in the season, you'd see Nate go straight towards goal on that opportunity.
I agree. He's really starting to become a stronger player with just a little bit more knowledge of the game. His game IQ for MISL soccer is getting a little bit better. And watching players like Michelle Millwood, who play in that role, you get the opportunity to learn quite a bit more, a little bit faster as well, when you got a veteran like Michelle Millwood on your team.
All hits off the scoreboard at 10:40 to go, so we'll go for an opportunity at the yellow line for the Cuse. Up 16-2.
And again, there's no one to the right of Nelson Santana, so kind of you lose all creativity, and the only opportunity, the only set piece situation you got there is, what a great save by Crotty right there. But going back to set pieces, Silver Knights have to be more creative. That's the second time they've had something at the top there. One was at the top of the D. This one was from the yellow, and Nelson Santana is just blasting it as hard as he can, and you need more creativity. Milwaukee and Baltimore, they're going to have that creativity, and it's just not there with the Silver Knights.
We saw it.
I mean, it's just a lopsided. You got to have one guy to the right of him, one guy to the left, so you're throwing off the defense. You had three guys to the left, and it's just a blast. It's not even like you're utilizing those three guys to the left. And I'm being critical of a situation when they're winning 16-2, but it's got to be better if you're gonna make it to the finals in the playoffs.
And we've seen great restarts from indoor teams. Looking at Milwaukee a couple weeks ago, they had some great options because they have so many playmakers on the field. LSO, Marcio Liete, Giuliano Oliviero. So many options that they put on the ball. Defense gets lulled to sleep, and then they end up with the ball in the back of the net. Yeah,
defensively, you always got to be ready, always got to be on your toes, and just be aware of where that ball might be playing. And the deception is tremendous with players like that, with so many players like that. I mean, when Liete's on the ball, you don't know where the ball's going. He's just an amazing force for the Milwaukee Wave.
Milwaukee ends up as the number 1 seed, and the results stay as they are. Syracuse will be playing that Wave team on March 7th here at the War Memorial Arena. Right now, the Roar. Teixeira has it up front. Bounces it off the board and trying to feed himself, but Bo knocks it out of bounds for a restart.
Against the Roar, that's not too bad, but that's not a good play by Bo Jelovac. Jelovac has to really, there's got to be more communication. There's nobody on him. And I know you're right in center of the goal, but you got to communicate and have that confidence to take that ball out of there and make sure you do not give up a free kick at the top of the day.
At the top, Poole steps over. Teixeira takes a blast, and it's just wide over the top. Whistle on. Go back. Syracuse.
And Teixeira took the shot, hit off the boards, it didn't hit anyone else, and then Teixeira hit it again, and you can't do that. It can't hit, you can't touch the ball until someone else touches it.
Touched it twice. So that'll be an opportunity. Bo takes the shot, and Crotty again with the save.
I mean, Pereira played a great ball earlier to Neto, and the way that Crotty was able to come across the goal and save that on Neto, Neto thought he had a sure thing.
Here's an opportunity in front, but the ball's clipped and clobbered away. Jordan Thomas on it as he beats his Slavica Ubi-Parapovic to the ball. The shot's wide, and it's held up for Kingsley Onwuka. Edging in on 8 minutes to go. Plays it off the boards, trying to go to himself. Agent Zero on the ball, gives it back. Now Pennsylvania can sustain pressure, but Crotty picked up his 30th save on that last shot. He's been active so far in the net for Pennsylvania, while Brian O'Quinn has only had to save 7 shots.
Well, one thing is,
shot on and no save right there. Flash just wide.
nice turn by Thomas there, and he had Brian O'Quinn beat, but post a part of the goalkeeper. So Brian O'Quinn thanking his right side post there. The one thing, Crotty, this is great for him. He got to play underneath a very experienced Pappas, learned quite a bit, and if you're getting shell-shocked, you're going to learn the game a lot quicker, and how those goals are getting scored, how the ball's coming off the boards, and you can see he's pretty well aware of where balls are going to be coming from. And he has no fear of yelling at his teammates, which is good, man. You always want your goalkeeper talking to you regardless. Whatever's said on the field stays on the field. When you get off, the goalkeeper usually apologizes, hey, man, it's just the game, man. So he's learning a lot this season. He's played 7 games.
Have a 66 save percentage, ball out in front, and it's collected all to Vitali. Millwood now trying to get that turn off. He gets fouled, but again, to that Crotty point, it's his first professional contract with the team out of Gardner-Webb, and he's getting a lot of experience in goal.
Gets to train with Pappas, a very, very experienced goalkeeper. He's been around quite a long time, and then gets shell-shocked sometimes against some teams and has a lot of saves to make. 30 today.
Up for Bordeaux. Santana, Bordeaux making a cutting run across the middle. Elenio, long shot, pawed away by Crotty again. Denies Elenio from deep. Teixeira on the end of it. He finishes. A little breakaway for Teixeira. Cuts the Syracuse lead to 12 with 6:10 left to go in the 4th quarter.
And I think we have a timeout here, but it's a good goal by the Pennsylvania Roar. Great ball by Merritt. And really what happened there, Corey Elenio takes that shot, and you got Silver Knights getting a little lackadaisical ball watching. Croce makes a fantastic save, and he's a good shot stopper, and that ball went right to Merritt, and Teixeira was already on his run. You get caught ball watching. Merritt took advantage of Teixeira getting behind the defense, and Teixeira made it look real elementary and simple.
Teixeira finishes it off, and now Roar have 4 points on the board. They're down by 12. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Knights leading 16-4. So the Knights will have the ball, restart the play. They'll send out Antonio Manfoot, Petrera, Chantel, Neto, Big Bo out in front of Brian O'Quinn. It's up for Manfoot. Right in front of the bench to Bo. Centrally, Chantel. Flip in for Neto. It hits off the official, but it finds the feet of the Brazilian. Petrera on for Neto. Wide of Manfoot. Hat trick for number 3. He finishes it off. The feed from Neto, and the Knights lead 18-4.
And that's a nice little development right there, and that's great stuff from Manfoot. Can't be any happier, and you haven't seen him lace one like that, and he laced that ball, and it came off his foot on a rope. Nothing really Croce could do there, but the ball came across real quick. Right here, good defense. Petrera gets the ball, lays it off, and then it gets laid off again. And then Manfoot, near post on Croce. Usually that's the goalkeeper's fault, and can't let the ball go in near post because it didn't come across that quickly on Croce where he shouldn't have gotten in position to stop that.
A good finish by Manfoot. He's third on the night. He now has 5 goals on the year. Slav plays ahead for Papaleo. Long shot again. Been too keen on shooting it from distance. When he has time to slow it down, wait for his opportunity in front of net. It's now Merritt cutting in on his left. Long shot deflected and in to the back of the net. He scores. The Knights still up 18-7 though after that 3-point goal.
If you're Tommy Tanner, you need to talk to your team. I mean, this team, up until that moment right there, has averaged 4 points per game all season. Against the Knights, they've averaged 9 points per game against them. And that's too many when the rest of the league is only averaging 4, probably less. They're averaging a lot less against the rest of the league, probably about 3 points per game. And against the Silver Knights, it's 9 points a game, which brings their average up to 4.
Just another show of how sometimes the Knights sort of play down to their opponents. They don't turn it on every single game. See it in those 2 losses against the St. Louis Ambush. Once at home and once on the road. A team that you would think on paper this squad would beat.
Excuse me, they average 5 points per game during the season, right? And without the Silver Knights, they average 4 points per game. Silver Knights have allowed them to bring their entire average up to a whole point, which is a huge feat. A point is huge per game as you look at the whole season.
Right now they have 7 compared to Syracuse's 18. 3:52 left in the fourth quarter. Shot on, shot in. Corey Elenio finishes it off. His 7th goal of the year. And Elenio brings the Knights lead to 20-7. 3:46 left.
You know, you got Michelle Millwood, who's just so strong as a target forward. As a defender, you can't do anything, and you don't know if he's going to turn on you or he's going to lay it back. Corey Elenio plays a real nice, crisp ball right here, right into Michelle Millwood. He just puts his foot on it and pulls. Can't even see, he's got both hands on Millwood's back, and pulls just says, why isn't anyone tracking this guy? It was really played right into Michelle Millwood, and no one tracks with him. Nothing Crody could do on that one. Millwood's just so big and strong, and Pulls is just trying to keep him at bay and keep that ball out from him. And you need someone to track Corey Elenio. Good finish by Corey Elenio regardless.
Good finish for his 7th on the year. Elenio's another one of those players. May play with the second line, but he's been crucial to scoring off the bench. It's now Williams trying to turn.
3v2 situation, and this is something that, there you go, Vitali. He's now recognizing it.
Going for his first goal! Domenico Vitali! He registered his first assist in this game, and now he has his first strike.
And that's great for Domenico Vitali. At first, he's not recognizing the 3v2 situation. He slows down, and then he's the one who should have been originally taking the ball and going forward, gives it to Neto, and then he realizes the situation. I don't know, someone yelled from the bench, and he just exploded right here. Right here, he explodes to the outside. And what's Neto going to do? He's going to give Vitali, put it right on his plate. Great finish for Vitali. Sees that side netting, places it right into that side netting, gets his first professional goal. Congratulations, Domenico Vitali. It's irrelevant who you're playing against, or irrelevant how much you're winning. When you get your first professional goal, nothing feels better than that.
Good goal for the former Lemoyne Dolphin in front of his home fans. And now Syracuse up 22-7 with 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. A game not in doubt, but it's good to see Domenico Vitali register his first goal. A restart opportunity for Syracuse. Millwood stands over it, passes off for Neto. Long shot flashes way wide over the top.
That must have hit a divot or something before he shot it. So you got Neto. That is, you know, that's a good that's a good set piece there. The final execution wasn't there, but a good ball by Millwood. If I'm Tommy Tanner, I've got Millwood on almost every. Millwood and Uba Parapovic on almost every single ball on the set pieces. Santana's really crafty with the ball, but you see today, just hitting balls from the outside, that's not creative enough. And you got Millwood and Uba Parapovic on top of the ball. Those are the guys I want on top of the ball. Saying that, Millwood, very, very strong if you put him down low post as well.
He's good all over the field. Teixeira getting frustrated right there as he got in a bout with Toby.
I don't know why. Very good defense by Darren Toby.
Long sling ahead for Kingsley Onwuka.
Darren Toby and Chantel. Not a lot of points on the season. Toby with 4, Chantel with, I believe he's got 1 assist on the season, but kind of unsung heroes, the way that they're very solid in the back defensively. Not very outspoken. They play their game. They're role players. They know their role. I'm going to stay strong defensively. You know what? You guys go ahead and score. And there's just another example right there. Darren Toby staying strong on Onwuka.
Long clip on the far side for Teixeira. It's now taken away. Bo coming into a 4v3. Lays it back for the Jamaican Forbes. Slavisa. Millwood on the back heel. It ends up in the back of the net. It wasn't the way that Millwood planned, but it counts the same. Syracuse 24. The Roar 7.
4v3 situation executed very, very well. And that's because Slavica didn't just stay behind the play. Jelovac, again, that ball goes right to the middle. And Slavica Parapovic made that run. Executed very, very well. And for me, that's an own goal. But I think in the league, they don't count OGs. And you got to give it to Michelle Millwood as the last guy to touch it. And there he is, taking it.
Pad his stats a little bit. He doesn't need it. The MISL legend and 4-time champion. He'll get it though from the statistic department.
I mean, at this point, it's a very, very tired Pennsylvania Roar. Although they've scored 5 points this quarter. And that's something that, yeah, guys, we scored a lot of points, but we've given up the most goals against the last place team, the most points against the last place team in the league, and that's unacceptable.
Coming on 35 seconds left in the game. That's not in doubt. Poked ahead for Jordan Thomas. Thomas will get it back after Chris Williams collected. Chantel battling though. To the very end, it's off the far corner and into the feet of Giorgio Gibson. It goes off of a Syracuse defender and out of bounds for a dead ball situation. 15 seconds left on the clock. The referee asking if Pennsylvania wanted a timeout. They'll take it.
You know, I think Poles looked over, and I saw Poles shaking his head. He didn't want the timeout. And the referee, veteran in this game, longtime veteran, looks at the coach, says, hey, you want to call a timeout regardless? And I think it's Williams, the captain, said, yeah, we're going to call a timeout. You know, this is our opportunity to continue to practice this stuff. We're a team that's learning, and we'll be in this situation next year before you know it.
And going into next year, it's good to see that at least they found their captain, Chris Williams. He's been a leader the entire year for them. He's provided a lot of leadership and direction for this team.
Oh, and they got 6-man attacker out there.
Still
For
fighting.
the last 15 seconds. Why not?
Still fighting.
Why not?
It goes to the 6th attacker. Corey Merritt's long shot just above Brian O'Quinn's goal. Williams in front. LJ Papaleo takes it away with 5 to go. Papaleo kicks it out. And that's that. Syracuse wins 24-7 behind an Antonio Manfoot hat trick. The result wasn't in doubt early on in this game, but it counts all the same. Syracuse wins it and moves on to 11-9 on the 11-8 on the year with 1 game to go.
And that's you know, Tommy Tanner's gonna be happy with the win, 24-7. But there's still coaching moments in there for Tommy Tanner to discuss. Really quick counterattacks that they gave up. So you can always look at the game film and take little nuggets out of it to teach the team the things we got to do. And hopefully they're responding and they're transitioning some of those things into when they are playing against the Milwaukee Wave and the Baltimore Blast and the Missouri Comets. And when the playoffs